It was the condition of the state address. I had the opportunity to attend it, and at the condition of the state, the governor said that she wants 2 amendments to the Constitution. We've been talking about one of them all morning, and that is restoring a felon's right to vote. But the other amendment that she talked about is victims' rights and having that included in the Constitution as well.
State Director for Marsy's Law of Iowa, Eric Baker, joins us to talk about some of the items she talked about in the condition of the state's address. Let's first talk about what is Marsy's Law. Give us some background here.
Sure, absolutely. Well, thank you for having me on. We were thrilled that the governor included Marsy's Law for Iowa in her condition of the state address. Marsy's Law for Iowa is the effort to help victims of crime in the state of Iowa to get rights in the state constitution, make those more enforceable. So we're talking about rights like the right to be notified when a victim's offender is released on bail or parole, the right to have a voice in the entire criminal justice process, and also just the right to be treated with fairness, dignity, and respect, among other rights that we're urging the legislators to consider.
This isn't the first time Marsy's Law for Iowa has been up for discussion. There was talk about it last year as well. On our political show This Week in Iowa, we had an attorney come on to talk about how a lot of these things you're talking about that would be included in Marsy's Law, which would amend the Constitution, are already in Iowa code. So why have an amendment to the Constitution if these things already exist in the state?
Right. So yes, some of these measures do exist in Iowa code. However, when we elevate that to the constitutional level, that makes it much more enforceable and creates a much more even playing field across the board for victims to have their voice enforced through the constitutional amendment and through the entire criminal justice process. So we're really encouraged by this idea that victims who currently in the state of Iowa, we're one of only 14 states left in the country where victims are not even mentioned in the state constitution. And by adding that, it signals a culture change. It shows that Iowa respects and values and treats with dignity these crime victims who have been through so much and did not ask to be in the criminal justice system from the start.
And we're guessing we don't want them to be re-victimized through the process.
Oh, that's the truth.
I'm guessing that now, through the session, you'll be parked up at the Capitol talking to lawmakers.
I sure will be.
Okay, so the process from here on out is communicating with the lawmakers on a daily basis.
That's right, but in addition to that, we've spent the last few months crisscrossing the state from Estherville and Rock Rapids down to Keosauqua, right here in West Des Moines, all across the state, collecting thousands of signatures from all 99 counties, urging these legislators to consider these bipartisan and common sense measures to make sure victims are kept safe through this criminal justice process.
Real quick, tell us how to get more information.
You can go to marsyslawforiowa.com to find more. Follow us along on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We're always posting photos from our 99 county tour.